So we had a task to look into symbolism within a song in terms of lyrics, sound, and if a music video if possible. And I chose Heaven by Pvris. It is actually a favourite song of mine, and I think there is a lot that can be taken from it. When you listen to it, the song is quite clearly about the death of a relationship, but also regret and betrayal. And this is apparent from the first line. I think we were cursed from the start. Second, I let you into my heart. This is sung quite softly as well, stripped back with only a piano, which almost gives the impression of, you know, the hindsight, the rational yet melancholy, looking back, thinking that maybe it was too good to be true. As it gets further into a song, you can, you know, the drums kick in and more instruments are added to it, and it's like the rising emotion, and it starts to get out of control, and by the middle of the song you can really hear the raw anger behind everything that's happened. The singer Lin Gun has such a powerful voice and puts it to good use, particularly in the chorus singing "You took my heaven away." It's almost like a cry of anguish and pain. The line in itself seems to say that she saw this person that she's singing to as some kind of sanctuary, as a safe place, and like they're perfect. And the end of their love was such a shock that she's left feeling empty and betrayed. However, the other lyrics imply that it was a slow, inevitable death that was actually expected. Imagery such as the whole second verse, our love is pushing out and pulling in, just like a rising and falling chest that's barely breathing. The almost screams of inconsistency and instability, but it's the end of the verse saying that it's barely breathing, which gives off the idea that throughout this, the love was dying and struggling to continue, struggling to hold on. Also then, jumping back to the first verse, I know this is a bit of a weird structure, but I know what I'm doing. The second line, "Do you think we were speaking in tongues or simply not enough?" It shows that there was a stunning lack of communication. Either that they had no clue what the other was saying, there was some kind of barrier that kept them from talking to each other rationally, that kept them from being able to understand the other person's point of view, or that they were holding grudges and letting them fester until it was too much and got out of control. Also, the idea of speaking in tongues is in reference to the Bible, which then links back to the idea of religion and this person being her religion, having put all of her unconditional faith and trust and love in them, but she now realises that this was all in vain, particularly with the first line of the song repeated later in the bridge, almost in the sort of as a lull, and you sort of hear that again. I think the video has the most that I can talk about, though, but it has so much that beautifully complements and contrasts the song. The whole thing is in black and white, which almost romanticises the whole thing, which is beautiful juxtaposition. And the images of like the band members in black suits and being chased by these veiled people, also all in black, or creatures almost, along like pure white plains and hills, and later in rooms where everything is white, the floors, the ceilings, the walls, even the furniture, and like there's almost like a sort of tea party scene sort of going on one of the tables, with even all of the crockery and cutlery is pure white, and it's such a contrast in the colour. It's almost like an attack on the senses, which I think is really beautiful and really well done. It looks to be set in a hotel, which is reminiscent of old horror films, with hidden murderers or ghosts that would be haunting the place, which connects so well to the lyrics, in that there was a death, there was a murder of her feelings, of her almost, and that she was being haunted by this. There are even sort of dead birds everywhere on a dinner plate on one point. It's all raining from the sky, and dying flowers as well, showing that it was the death of something beautiful, which it's just almost like the end of the relationship, the way she felt it. By the end, each member of the group are killed by these demon-like creatures, kind of horrifically. For example, Lynn looks to almost be torn apart as these creatures rip into her chest. You can link that to a recurring lyric within the song, You Took My Heart, which is sung at the same time as You Took My Heaven Away. However, in another shot, Lynn also seems to have, she turns around and she's got a knife in her back and just a shocked look on her face, but as she pulls away her hands, instead of them covered in blood, she's holding rose petals, which is just a beautiful yet haunting image, because again it's like something so bittersweet, like she's dying but it's something beautiful. I could go on about this song for hours and the video for hours, just because of how much there is to it, and because it resonates with me. And the band is a favourite of mine, but I think the sharpest imagery I've pretty much covered by now. I'll add a link to the video so you can see for yourself maybe how much I love it, or maybe I'm just too goth. But thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and yeah.